Welcome to my review of a Tenchi Bridge Reconnaissance Mission arc, which is the second arc of part 2 of Naruto. And I will be grouping chapters that I think go together like I always do and give my final thoughts when the grouping ends. And so, honestly, let's just jump into it. Chapters 282 through 285. Kakashi is bedridden due to the use of economy from the last arc, so he can't be a part of the new mission to go to Tenchi Bridge. Chizune thinks Naruto should be removed from the mission, but Tsunade disagrees. The elders want to talk about Tsunade by limiting Naruto's movements. Naruto meets with Shino, Kiba, and Hinata for the first time in 3 years since he left. Naruto is trying his best to find teammates for the new mission, but is failing when Peyton Lions attack. Shikamaru, who is there when this happens, helps Naruto out to get close to Sai. Sai thinks Naruto is weak, and then we cut back to Tsunade, who thinks Naruto should be out of the field of seeing being forced to stay in the village. But others agree if they pick the other two members needed for the mission. Enter Danzo, who we saw at the end of the last arc too, who's Sai's teacher and the leader of the Foundation, which is part of the Black Ops unit of Leaf Village. Sai retreats from his fight with Naruto. A Black Ops unit, Naruto, is set to join the mission. The Foundation has supposedly been dissolved, but Tsunade is still worried about whoever Danzo picks. Of course, it's Sai, starting off on the wrong foot by getting on Naruto and Sakura's nose. Sakura thinks there are similarities between Sai and Sasuke with how they acted, which, slight similarities, because Sasuke might be blunt like Sai, but he has definitely more of a personality. Danzo gives Sai his own mission to do while on the Reconnaissance mission, and Sai carries a book. Danzo seems to not like any of Hokage that have ever been Hokage, and the mission begins. I think this is a decent start to the beginning of this arc. We really see how Tsunade trusts Naruto and feels like he needs to be out that way like that. And, I put the pen Sai into the next grouping because we get more into Sai Veil, and I would talk more about Sai Veil. But Yamato I like. I like Yamato. I have no problem saying that now. I think Yamato is a very cool character. We, of course, get more into him. But in terms of, more details, he is a really cool character. And again, we see more of that in a bit. But, other than that, this is a fine chapter. Naruto sees Ina and Choji, which he hasn't seen in 3 years. So, again, he sees everyone else that he didn't see in the last arc. So, that's cool. So, I guess that's us moving on to chapters 86 to 290. Naruto and Sai are just not getting along, and Sakura nails Sai after he battled out Sasuke. Yamato knows Wood Style, which only the first Hokage is supposed to know, and threatens to put anyone in a wooden cage if they can't work together. They end up at Hot Springs and to relax. And Yamato also mentions that Jiraiya almost died by Tsunade because Tsunade caught him peeking. He mentions this to Naruto because he was about to peek on Sakura, and Sakura's Tsunade's student, so he's implied you can get your ass beat very badly if you try to do this, so don't. Sai says he doesn't know how to tell his drawings because he doesn't feel anything to Sakura after she sees him drawing. Sai also reveals that the book he has belongs to his brother. Yamato asks Sakura about Sasori. Yamato is going to try to capture Sasori's spy on his own, but he needs some information on Sasori to, pull off a convincing Sasori, because only Sakura knows how Sasori was, because she's the only one alive that fought him. But the others are back up just in case, if and when they are needed. Yamato and Sakura are going to be on teams, and Naruto and Sai are going to be a team for the mention when it comes to fighting. Yamato has his team do some training. Naruto's mad at Sai for not training him like a comrade. Naruto stays even with what Sasuke has done, he's more of a comrade than Sai. Sai's brother has passed on, and Sai says he didn't feel anything. Sai doesn't understand feelings. Our heroes get to Tenchi Bridge. Kabuto is inspired by Sasori had on the Orochimaru. Yamato is pretending to be Sasori, as I kind of mentioned before. Kabuto knows where Sasuke is. And this is like one of the coolest panels I've seen out of Kichimoto. It's like Orochimaru staying on the bridge. It's very cool and very creepy. I love it. Kabuto explains that Orochimaru uses protective juices on the old bodies after he transfers so no one can study the body. It would be very difficult to study the body because, God forbid, you have people knowing your secrets. Orochimaru shows up as Yamato's cover was about to be exposed. Kabuto attacks Yamato and so does Orochimaru, but Yamato uses Wu-style substitution. I love substitutions. Just sometimes the silliest thing ever. But it's just like, I had a wood dummy just in case. Off somewhere. And then, teleport with it. Kabuto and Orochimaru were playing on killing Sasori themselves. And of course, Orochimaru knew about the other thing. This is fine. And then, we're automatically removing the pin from Sai. I do not like Sai. At least in this arc. Because I feel like there's supposed to be a parallel between Naruto, who's very emotional, very full of feelings, and very much expresses his feelings as we've seen throughout the series. And Sai, who's like, I feel nothing. I have no feelings. And all that stuff, and about faking smiles, and all this jazz. But it doesn't make Sai interesting. And it doesn't hold up the mirror to Naruto like someone like Gawa has done, for example. Gawa is probably the best example. Or Sasuke, or anything like that. And with Sai being more of the first of carrying stuff forward in this arc a bit, more so than any other character, because his actions are what people react to, and then base their, movements on, basically. As we do see. He is kind of a driving force. And so when he is the driving force, then I'm not that interested in this character, because it's hard to get invested in the character, because, I have no feelings. I felt nothing. When my brother died, there's nothing really there to attach to at all. So that makes the character feel bland, and it would be different if we see more of maybe Sai's way being correct, but as we see in the next group of chapters, it's hard to say Sai is correct with how he operates at all. It's not like a Ash versus Paul situation where Ash disagrees with Paul, but Paul does have results to back up his methods. So, it ain't like that. It's just, Sai is clearly in the wrong. There's no merit to anything. So, it's like, you got emotionless blame character that's wrong. Like, again, there's nothing to attach to. There's no, well, he might not be morally correct, but, his methods do results. So, maybe there's a discussion there. There's none of that. So, I think Sai fundamentally fails as a character. Again, at least in this arc. And anything else really from this group? Not really. Again, Yamato showing off his wood style is cool. But moving on to chapter 290 and to 297. Naruto goes into the one-tailed cloak and attacks Orochimaru. If this is triggered by rage, I'm starting this. Orochimaru didn't even really say anything. It was instantaneously, basically, as soon as Naruto saw Orochimaru, one-tailed cloak, and shit's hitting the fan. There's not even, Orochimaru really trying to egg on Naruto, at least that's how I felt about it. It was just we need this to happen, so we just cutting out the bullshit, here it is. It's just kind of at least try to play it up a bit, just a tiny bit. To make it feel more natural than it actually is. But again, Naruto will have a lot of pent feelings, and again, Naruto's very full of emotion. But it still doesn't feel it doesn't feel natural. And then we cut to like a brief flashback explaining but see on Naruto's weakening. The more tails that his cloak has, the more he becomes like the 9 tails. The cloak holds Naruto, and of course the power is triggered by rage, as I mentioned previously. Yamato has the first Hokage cells in him, so he can bring Naruto back under his control. And Jiraiya shows like the damage that Naruto caused to him in his full tails form. And yeah, it's massive. It's a lot of damage.
Now that's a lot of damage!
And then we go back to the present. Naruto's now in his free tails form. Naruto's power is crazy. The same like copter flying, hitting a tree, and knocking out Sakura. Naruto's going after Orochimaru. Sai says his mission begins as he fails to catch Sakura. So Yamato comes to save her, proving the point of like, Sai might be emotionless, whatever. But like, again, he's not proving like, oh, Naruto's on a rampage because of his emotions making him seem inept. Sai is just focused on the mission, his particular mission. He does, again, later on we see him succeeding at his mission, but like at the same time, yeah, not really. Anyways, moving on. Again, we're not seeing a good, I think, compelling contrast of the two personalities. Orochimaru can mold his skin to heal, which is pretty fucking cool, by the way. That's a cool visual. Both tails are healed, baby. Yamato sends in a wood clone as Sakura wakes up. We fully see the fourth tail foam, because they were kind of hidden a bit before. Naruto's doing good against Orochimaru with a bit of battle for clones. Kabuto figure out that Sasori is dead. Naruto is charging up an attack, but attack that Naruto is charging up is like condensing chakra to be very dense. Naruto fires it. Orochimaru uses triple Worm to try and block Naruto's attack. It looks like Naruto had one, but Orochimaru stabs Naruto from underground with literally the world's longest sword in the history of anime. This thing is like at least, mile. Literally, not exaggerating, a fucking mile. It's so ridiculous. And he keeps it in his mouth, too. Like, so, how? How do you do this? It's cool. It looks cool. It looks awesome. But I want to know the logistics of the sword. The sword did nothing to Naruto. Sakura tries to bring Naruto back, and Naruto scratches her. And she doesn't get mad at Naruto. She isn't frightened by Naruto. And this is another arc. But I think Sakura looks good, and she looked good in last arc. I like her here too. Like, I hate that Sakura is just very much a hit or miss character for me. Cause I want to like characters. I don't like go in personally because sometimes I go in a bit too much. I will admit that. Like I probably went too hard on Resident Evil 4 remakes. Ada's voice actress a lot. The point is, like, I don't, just be like, oh, I hate this character has no good points, unless I truly feel that way. But, like, again, she's portrayed good, she cares about Naruto a lot, and I like how they show that in this arc, and I can't wait for 5 Kage summon arc to just fly all away. Oh, baby, I'm building that up, but, like, we get to that when we get to that, and a few arcs down the road. Yamato got Naruto trapped in Woodstar, which was kneeling his women. Kabuto heals Sakura because he wants our healers to get rid of more of the Kosuke members, which they use that a lot, but we want you guys to get rid of the Kosuke members. They clearly are stronger than Naruto, Sakura, and Yamato. I'm just saying, they're all. So it's just fun. It just feels like a silly little thing. And I hate to say dumb, but a silly reason for some of the actions, honestly. So, it's brought up multiple times, and I just find it a bit silly. Like, I don't think they can deal with all the Akatsuki members. Like, I don't think Orochimaru would be a good matchup against Itachi. But some of them, I think Orochimaru can handle himself probably just fine. Yamato uses Katana's 5th egg on alignment to try to bring Naruto back Naruto. Sai wants to talk to Orochimaru on behalf of Danzo. Orochimaru knew that Sai was using a clone, an ink clone. Naruto is almost back to normal as Sakura is healing him. The necklace that Tsunade gave Naruto has the first chakra, so it helped Yamato bring Naruto under control. Naruto wakes up after Naruto tells Sakura it doesn't matter what you do for Naruto. Like, if it's big or small, that doesn't matter as long as you do something for him. Orochimaru is taking Sai with him after Sai gave Orochimaru a letter as the Yamato clone sees this. This is okay. Like, it's a neat fight scene. I really like Naruto's little destructive film, but again, I wish there was more build up to it. It's just like, oh, this is happening now! You know, instead of like building it up. I guess you can argue that last arc was probably built up for this. But there's a difference between the one tail cloak that we saw in last arc and then the full tail cloak that we see. It's very much the explanation for the evolution of this was in this arc. If it would maybe move the explanation over, I mean, of course you have to change the scene a bit, but I think that would help with the build up instead of just like, again, this is happening now, prepare yourselves now. No time to really feel the impact of this. This is now. And then again, Sakura looks, again, I think it looks good as a character in this arc. And then, yeah, I've made all my comments. Chapters 298 through 301. Sakura doesn't tell Naruto what happened because he doesn't remember, so she's like, I'm not gonna tell him. Yamato thinks Danzo is using Sai to get Orochimaru to help him overthrow Tsunade. Naruto passes out again. Yamato gave Sai some, like, wood in his food during the hot spring, so he's able to track Sai because he didn't trust Sai. Good, he didn't notice that. But, like, the wood reacts to Sai's chakra, so, like, Yamato is able to track him via that. So, clone Yamato sees Sai hanging from a tree, because Orochimaru and Kabuto knows that someone's training them, and we go, oh, we need copes. And then we cut back to Sakura, who's still feeling the pain from Naruto's attack. Yamato tells Naruto the truth of what happened because Yamato's like, you need to know the dangers of the Nine Tails. The cope Sai is a fake. Sakura is looking through Sai's book and sees something troubling. The book shows Sai being up all the enemies. And an unfinished picture of Sai and his brother. Sai meets Sasuke. Sasuke is just not really putting up with Sai's shit at all. And I like how, like, Kishimoto chose to not show Sasuke's new design yet. Because this Sasuke, this has been built up a bit. You know, this has definitely been built up. Of the return of Sasuke. So, like, yeah, I appreciate it. You just see his Sharingan staring. It is menacing. And I love it. Sasuke, of course, doesn't think as fondly of Naruto as Naruto thinks of him. But Sasuke gave Orochimaru a complete list of every Black Ops memo and belief. Yamato gave Naruto and Sakura hearing devices, or like the same wood, basically also the same wood pieces as he did Sai, before going into Orochimaru's base. And basically these chapters are just the bridge to the final bunch of chapters that I'm about to cover. So I really don't have too much of a thought on this. Just like, oh, we see more of Kabuto, like, changing corpses, like, you know, just like most stuff. But again, I would kind of give my thoughts on anything during that, like, breakdown of the chapters. So moving on to the final bit of chapters 302 through 310. Sai gets locked in the room until he's needed because, you know, they still don't fully trust him, which I don't blame them. Sai summons a book as Team 7 makes their way into the base. Team 7 found Sai as Kabuto realized he forgot the Black Ops papers in Sai's room. Sai says that Danzo wants to get rid of the leaf. Sai is also spying on Orochimaru just in case if Orochimaru betrays him. Sai says he's a no-buy, but Sakura says that that's true. Why keep the book? And that's why, like, Fred tells her that the bond with his brother's opponent to him. Sai says his brother got sick and died instead of dying by Sai's hand, like the book implies. Sai's tied up being watched by a wood clone. Sai asks if Sasuke doesn't want to be saved. Like, what if Sasuke doesn't want to be saved? and Naruto says he and Sasuke share a bond that can never be broken. Kabuto shows up and Sai captures him because he wants to see the power of bonds. Team 7 splits up to look for Sasuke. Sai finishes his picture book after watching Naruto, which reminds him of his brother. Orochimaru shows up before Naruto and Sai. Orochimaru starts attacking Naruto, flying. Orochimaru and Sai looks for Sasuke. Yamato knows something is up due to the wood pieces. Orochimaru leaves to look for Sai. As Yamato and Sakura shows up, Sai found Sasuke, but his real mission is to kill Sasuke. But Sai backs out of the mission and tries to bring Sasuke back. Again, so, like, Sai isn't, like, I don't know. It doesn't, like, it also feels, too, but Sai's change of heart feels false a bit. Because you always see what Sasuke thinks of Naruto. And, yeah, and then we see more of what Sasuke thinks of Naruto a bit later on. And he's still like, for power bonds now! And it's just like, this is not the most convincing, like, argument for the power bonds. But once if Team 7 sees Sasuke after Sasuke caused an explosion, Sai says he wants to think for himself now and not follow for Foundation's orders. Sasuke says he wants to cut his bond with Naruto and Sakura. Sasuke attacks. Sai saves Naruto. Yamato tries to help, but Sasuke uses the Chidori stream, which is basically just lightning everywhere. Yamato saves Sakura from Sasuke's souls, but it's now pinned to a rock. Naruto's telling the Nine Tails, but he doesn't need its power. Sasuke can now see inside Naruto. Nine Tails says that Sasuke reminds him of Maro Uchiha, which I think this is the first mention of Maro, which Maro becomes important later on in the story. We've seen, like, Maro in the place where Naruto and Sasuke fought during the Sasuke recovery mission arc, but it's, like, depicts the first Hokage and Maro Uchiha. So, Mara has been around. I just don't think he was named. He might have been named. I don't remember off the top of my head. But, yeah. So, like, Mara is becoming more of a looming figure in the story. Sasuke suppresses the Nine Tails as Nine Tails warns Sasuke not to kill Naruto. Yamato pushes the sword out via Ryujutsu and tries to trap Sasuke, but fails. Sasuke says he doesn't care what happens to him as long as he gets his revenge. Kabuto and Naruto stop Sasuke from attacking because they want to leave Ninja to kill more Akatsuki members. Again, weak sauce excuse. We can wipe the flow with them. And if Sasuke can kill, like, all of them, Sasuke can kill a few Akatsuki members. Like, it just feels like a Kishimoto couldn't find, like, a good reason for our heroes to live, honestly. And so we have this weak sauce excuse for them living here. It just, again, it feels false. It really does. Orochimaru, Kabuto, and Sasuke leave. Sai says they have a half of the year left and will have Naruto and Sakura to get Sasuke back. Sai and Yamato stay on Team 7 for a bit longer. This arc is same, man. I feel like, on honesty, like, again, I don't get why Sai is convinced about the power of bonds with this arc, because if I saw, like, if I didn't believe in friendship and I saw, like, Sasuke, how he tried to kill Naruto and all that stuff, I'd be like, I'm unconvinced. The power of friendship is dead. You know, I don't believe in it. It's both. Like, this is not a good convincing argument for Sai to change, in my opinion. Again, I basically mentioned everything that I wanted to mention. This arc has a lot of contrivances. And I feel like, really, it just wanted to show Sasuke and Naruto's 19 powers. For the most part, the character of Sai and Yamato. And, like, this could have gone, like, I mean, I could be one of those YouTubers who be like, oh, you change it like this, it would make it better and all that stuff. But, like, there's so many different things you can do to, like, maybe try and improve this to make it feel more natural. And stuff like that. Like, I already mentioned, like, more build-up to the Nine Tails, I think would be appreciated. And I do appreciate the build-up to Sasuke, but the power of bonds, if you can convince Sai, I think it would have been better if Sasuke wasn't in this arc, even though we kind of did need to see Sasuke again. So it's kind of like one of those real things where it's like two things kind of contradict each other, but if you want to have Sai in the story exactly how he is, you need him to change his heart. But it's hard, again, with how Sasuke is in the story and the core important, it's hard to have that convincing moment. So, I'm unconvinced of this, and yeah, it makes me like Vaquero's side. I mean, I didn't really like him, so my feelings aren't changed in that regard. So, again, I can't remember if I mentioned the score or not, but it's a 5 out of 10. So, if you like this review, give it a thumbs up. If you dislike this review, give it a thumbs down. And hit subscribe if you want to see more Flawless reviews. And I will catch you all next time. Bye.